All right, hello everyone. Mr. No Souls here, and now we're moving on. Okay, so we got three different options now. We have X, Y, and Z, totaling to 8 bombs with 15 cats. Hmm. So interesting. Hmm. So Y could be. X must be at least 1. Actually, I think it's likely that X is 1. No, actually, it might not be. Because if that's 1, hmm. I might actually need to pull out a pen and paper for this. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Well, this is pen and paper time. It's time for me to actually do math. It's been a while since I've actually had to do that, but okay, so I have 2x plus 3y plus 3z has to equal 15. Do I really want to go and spend all the time on this? Is there an easy way for me to cheat this? Because this is going to take me a while. It's been a long time since I've had to do this. So 2x equals negative 3y minus 3z plus 15. That all would be divided by 2. So x equals 3y minus 3z plus 15 divided by 2. Can't remember. Are you allowed to do the multiply the entire side by something? I think that's only. I mean, you could also do it by remainders. Like you divide 15. I don't want to do this. Because if that was 4, right? Say Z couldn't be, actually. Z likely would actually be 3. Y would then be forced to be 1. X would have to be 2. But Z wouldn't be able to be 3. So, unlikely Z is 3. y is 3 and z is 2, that can't be right. Okay. I don't want to spend all the time on calculating this. It's been so long I'd have to look it up. I don't remember the exact, I know you have to reduce it down, you have to put it to one value, then you have to plug in the value for the other one, but you should simplify it as much as you can. And it's been almost, how long has it been since I've had to do actual math like that, at least? At least 8 years, probably closer to 10. It's not possible. But y can't be 1. And while z might seem to be 3, I don't think that's likely. Actually, I think x is likely 2. That has to be that, actually. That has to be there. Actually, because of how this works, I know those two have to be like that. Y likely is like that. If I put x to being 3, let's see here. If I put x to be 3, y to be, well, it's 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, so it has to be 1, 2, and 3. Actually, because I don't have to brute force everything that way. Or not brute force, just take all the time. So let's say if 2 is 1 plus y is 2 plus z is 3. I don't think that's actually going to be. So this is 6 plus, or sorry, 9 plus 6 plus 2. So that's going to be 15, 17. That's not right. So that can't be it. Okay, so that can't be it. Let's see if x is 3 plus y being 1 plus z being 2. So this is going to be 6 plus 3 plus 6, which turns that into 15. So logically speaking, y or z must be either the 1 or the 2 because they're the exact same number, so then it comes down to the hard values. But x is likely 3. Now, a real question comes into how exactly do I get it? Since I know that has to be the case, let's start off with z being 1. Actually, no. How can I get x to be 3? This would be the only way to get x to be 3, but then I would need z or y to be 1 and 2. Y would have to be 1, z would have to be 2. So it has to be something like this. Now, I know that has to be there. No, that has to be there. This also has to be here. This has to be here. This has to be here. Okay? So I got that going for me. I also have 2 stars, which means I need to have 2 different spaces. But I don't necessarily know the exact layout of everything just yet. I also know that has to be there. Makes that. And I also know this has to be here. Is there any other requirement? Nope. 1 has to be here. I need 1 to be in this area, but actually, because of this, I know that is this, which is nice. Okay, so I got that solved now. This has to be here, because otherwise that will hit. So that has to be open in order for that to get a flow out, which means I'm still needing 1 more. Actually, I know that has to be there, otherwise those 2 would hit. So I have that answer, which is nice. Let's see here. What else do I have? Nothing required here. I actually know 1 has to be there. Interesting. Okay, let's see what I can do now. Could be literally all just right here. That's entirely possible. No force here. There has to be something here. 2, but I have plenty of spaces, so I don't necessarily... One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, so there's still 1 more unknown. 2. Entirely possible. Don't necessarily have an answer there. Entirely possible there, but got 2 up here, 3 down here. One, two, three, four, 5. Let's just, okay, there we go. I know there's no issue here. Okay, let's see what else I can figure this out with. Likely has to be some kind of divider or something. Because I think it's likely it's going to be like this, like a 1, 2, and then something over here, which will split out this section down to here. It's entirely possible that 2 like down here, or actually it could entirely be 3 here. No, actually it can't be. I know the 2 has to be in here, so that can't be there because I need it to be in this space. There's no requirement on this. There's plenty of spaces, so I know there has to be like one up here, and then there could be multiple. Got this one. But I don't necessarily know that's the correct play. 1, 2. Question is does this have to flow down here or not? Because this being here doesn't necessarily mean it can't be a wall here. Because I could, in theory, go, no. Could be 1, 2, 3, 4, then here. And you just have a wall here, and then like 2 in this area. What else? There has to be something that I'm missing. Because this reaches over to the star. Actually, no, that's too much. I think that's the way it's going to have to go. I think that's right. I think that's also likely correct answer. Wait a second. How do I I don't think that actually can be that way. The reason I say that is because if I do put the 2 here, I have no space up here, which means I think 1 has to be there in order to actually split out these 2 groups. It has to be there. Forces that to be that way. Because you could easily just go like, you could do that. I think that's likely. Yeah. So that has to be clear. Did I mess this up somehow? Put it there. That doesn't, see, I need 1 to clear up this. That has to be there. Technically speaking. No, it has to be. Yeah. That isn't right because then these, yeah, that needs to be divided. That has to be separated. No, that actually does have to be there. These two have to be there. Okay. I think I'm close. I think I'm in the right vein of the XYZ like solution. Yeah, y can't be 2. Y I think has to be 1. Wait, hold up. What did I do? It was x, yeah, so I had x being 2. Or sorry, z is 2. Y is 1. There we go. 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 Because that was forced that way, then this and that had to be a thing. This and this had to be a thing. That had to be this way, which made all these this way. Since one had to be in this area, that made that that. Right? So now I had all this kind of split out. Then it came down to figuring out where things had to be. That had to be there. Oh, wait a second. This has to be there. Which is there. That's good. There we go. I was close.